Alright, I was going to give the Bruins the benefit of low expectations for the rest of the season. But this might be one of the worst defensive performances I've ever had to cover in 4 years of Into the Den. The Bruins lose 6-2 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Welcome back down into the den, everybody. And, oh my god! Who is running the defense on this team? But before we answer that question, I need you all to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click on the notification bell, and tune in for future episodes of Into the Den. And we're almost at 90 subscribers, trying to get to 100 before the end of the season. Love you so much, let's get back to the game. Oh my god! Okay, I had one rule. You're allowed to lose. You are allowed to lose. Just don't make it embarrassing. And what did they do? They embarrassed themselves. One of the biggest things that I've learned from soccer is that you don't bunch up on defense. It gives the offense far more space than they should ever have, and it gives them far more opportunities. And the Bruins are Doogie Howser, valedictorian, magna cum laude graduates from the school of bunching up on defense for no reason! The puck isn't even there. You have Victor Hedman on the ice. Pay attention! I swear, there is only one defenseman on the roster for this game that deserves any sort of leeway, and it is Andrew Peeke for that amazing weaving through the defense that made Braden Point and Victor Hedman look like complete scrubs on the Elias Lindholm goal in the first period.
Wow! Incredible!
Aside from Andrew Peeke, every other defenseman, Lorai, Wotherspoon, Jokiharju, Mitchell, Zadorov. Oh my god, Zadorov is going to give me an aneurysm, and we have him on contract for the next 5 years after this! You want to see this in action? You want to see this in action? You want to see one of the worst defensive performances that the Bruins have ever put on in action? Here you go! Here's the first goal. Here's the first goal of the game. What do you notice about it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Bruins covering 2 players on the Lightning. You just allow the other 3 to gallivant, kick their feet up, have a spotty, why don't ya?
He said it!
And it allows Victor Hedman to get one of the easiest backdoor goals that he's ever had to get. But it doesn't stop there. Oh, does it not stop there? That right there is the second goal. Can we talk about the second goal? Please back up and done to talk about the second goal with you all day, okay? 4 defensemen. 4 players on this roster. There is only one Bruins player in view here that is even remotely engaged in this game that is not named Jeremy Swayman. Swayman, for what it's worth, given how bad this all was, he only let in 4 goals on 30 shots, which, yeah, that's not a great save percentage. That's still below 900. But Jesus Christ, with what's in front of him, the only skater that the Bruins have that is even remotely engaged in this play is Andrew Peeke. Again, Andrew Peeke, thank you so much! Peeke, you finally are justifying your existence on this roster. The other 4 can best be described by this one line from the sniper from Team Fortress 2.
Thanks for standing still, wanker.
So that's number 2. Number 3? Oh, number 3. I know that's Anthony Cirelli that ends up scoring here on a redirection from a shot from Victor Hedman. But again, there is nobody covering Victor Hedman. This is a Norris-winning defenseman who is still one of the best in the league this far into his career. And you're just gonna let him gallivant all over you? What are you doing? What are you doing? The Bruins don't even get a single, not one single solitary shot on goal through the entire second period. They go into the second period with 9 shots on goal. They leave it with 9 shots on goal. Tampa, on the other hand, goes in with 11. They end with 30. All that I ask for is effort. First line to fourth line, first D pair to third D pair, the only 2 players on that entire list of 18 that deserve any sort of positive recognition are Marat Husnudinov and Andrew Peeke. And that's it. And then the fourth one, the fourth one might actually be my favorite. The fourth one might actually be the worst goal that the Bruins have allowed this season. Look at this! Look at this! God decided to ask, who's got Gage Gonsalves on this this play. Both Laurie and Wotherspoon both decided to raise their hands and said, oh, me, I have him. And then afterwards, God decided to ask, all right, who's got Darren Radish? Exactly! Nobody! Not a single person! The second period might be the worst period that the Bruins have played all season. The worst 20 minutes of hockey that the Bruins have played all season. Which, considering how bad this season has been for the Bruins, is definitely saying something. And considering that this loss comes after a loss where you allow 2 hat tricks from the Buffalo Sabres, you allow the Toronto Maple Leafs to come back from a 3-goal deficit from you, and after a game where you give up 6 goals to the Nashville Predators just days after Luke Schenn criticizes the team for not being able to score. Oh yeah, also multiple 5-1 losses to the Columbus Blue Jackets, let's not forget that, including one that got Montgomery fired, which ultimately should not have actually happened. Monty should still be here, but because there was a freaking power struggle between him and Sweeney, and Charlie Jacobs is always going to take Don Sweeney's side, no matter what happens. Don Sweeney could roll Patrice Bergeron up in a carpet, dump him in concrete, and then throw him off the Zakim Bridge, and Charlie Jacobs would still find an excuse to extend Sweeney for 3 years. But given all of that, it is hard to say that this is the worst loss that the Bruins have faced all season. But it's certainly on the Mount Rushmore. This is definitely one of the 4 worst losses that the Bruins have faced all season. Here, you want the Mount Rushmore? Here it is. The game that got Monty fired, 2 hat tricks, the 3-goal blown lead to the Leafs, and this game. I don't even care to talk about the Husnudinov goal, even though I love Murat Husnudinov, just because that was not a showcase of Hootsy's skill. That was a showcase of Andrei Vasilevsky not necessarily having it anymore. And then the 2 empty net goals, what am I supposed to really say about this? This is the worst defensive performance that the Bruins have had all season, no doubt, and one of the worst that they've had ever. And need I remind you, this defense is so bad that this is the 11th time that the Bruins have allowed 6 goals or more in a game. And several times have they allowed 7. And a couple of times 8. And this singular game might be the worst defensive performance that the Bruins have had all season. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, Macklin. This is gonna suck. Hey, at least you guys have made it back to the playoffs since flubbing it to St. Louis. We haven't. Okay, well, you're a Sharks fan. Of course you don't know what happiness looks like. Hey, don't get pissy at me because you guys said fuck them picks, went all in, and now you're crashing out. Whatever, dude. I came to you looking for support, and now you're just dissing me. What do you have that I don't? We have Macklin Celebrini, Ty Dellandrea, Colin Graff, Zach Ostapchuk, fair, Will Smith. The list goes on. I don't know what else to say. What else is there for me to say for this Bruins game? Exactly. I think I've got it all out. I mean, at least we got Buffalo on Monday. No, I can't even be excited about a game against Buffalo when we allowed 2 hat tricks to them. But doesn't matter. I'll see you on Monday. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you then.